Welcome folks, this is Sofirn here, yet another outdoor and gear review channel. Today I'm gonna show you the Sofirn IF24, one of those new flashlights with a side LED panel and many funny disco-like colors. I'm absolutely in love with such color LEDs and color LED effects. So it's definitely a flashlight that caught my attention right away. I will also compare the Sofirn IF24 with its predecessor, the Sofirn IF23, and also with the Wurkkos HD01. They're all very close in terms of the release date within the last year, and they kind of, in many ways, fill the same bill in terms of function. Of course, with the Sofirn HD01, is really a little bit something different. It's more like a competitor to the OLED arc field or something like that. It's a budget competitor, but still, those are three very similar lights, and if you're interested in one of them, you're probably also interested in one of the other lights. So as for the Sofirn IF24, if you notice Sofirn IF23, this one is based off a 21700 cell with 5000 milliamps, and the Sofirn IF24 is based on an 18650 cell. If you compare the size of those two, you notice that the IF23 is actually a little bit longer, but is not as, it doesn't have the same circumference. So actually the Sofirn IF24 is noticeably lighter, and it's also a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. I would say I have used the IF24 on 3 night shifts so far, so 3 11-hour night shifts, constantly used it, also EDC. This is my experience with the IF24. I have a little bit more experience with the IF23, but I would say there is a noticeable difference. Might not be so much visible, but the IF24 definitely lends itself to be a better EDC light, but also for reasons of UI, which we'll discuss in a couple of minutes. So the IF24 is definitely the flashlight that will last a lot longer in terms of runtime. In terms of output, the IF23 has 4000 lumens and is really bright. I mean, it's amazing brightness. The IF24 has maximum of 2000 lumens. Here the two of them against each other on maximum. You see the IF23 is a little bit more more of a floodlight on the main LED, and the IF24 is perhaps even a little bit more intense in the hotspot. But yeah, the lumen difference is huge. I mean, these 2000 lumens, they're really bright. The IF24 is absolutely impressive. The IF23 is just ridiculous. I find these differences interesting because according to the description, the Sofirn IF24 is the update of the Sofirn IF23. But to me, both of those lights, they have their own domain. The IF24 does not really replace the IF23. Those lights are different enough in terms of output and technology that both of them have their own niche, definitely. Now, as for the IF24, when I unpacked it, I was not particularly impressed right away. What I didn't like is that it lacks the frosted lens in front of the side LED panel. So I was not particularly impressed. And I also wondered, oh, why does it come on when I just rotate through the modes? Those were my two initial points of criticism. One of them remains. I still would like the side LED panel to be frosted, to be more diffused. I guess this way it's brighter and has more signal effect, but in terms of close-up lighting, it's nice to have a frosted lens. But then when it comes to the rotary switch, oh my word, I never thought that I would actually dig a rotary switch. I mean, look how beautiful it is. Check it out. I mean, the way that thing even works is beautiful. Now, I always wonder, why do you need a rotary switch? I mean, this one is easy enough. One click, main LED, double click, side LED. Of course, then you go through different brightnesses, and 3 clicks and you're in those funny color modes. But this actually makes a whole lot more sense. And you might wonder, why is it that I don't select the mode and then push the button and then the light comes on? Why does the light come on right when I rotate through different modes? Like for example here, from the side LED to the red LED, and now it's on the main LED and it comes on the last mode on the main LED. So why is it that way? And I first thought this is actually probably not the best feature. I mean, now it's locked out. This is the lockout mode. It's very nice. But when I work my night shifts, I realized that I really, really dig that because I have all my modes preset. For example, I work in the context of medical, okay? I have my modes preset. For example, I have the side LED panel now on a low mode. I have color LED option, red light. You know, when you just check on a patient, you don't want to cause any disturbance. You don't want to wake him up. You just want to check in the room if everything is okay, the person is still breathing. Did something happen? Okay, then a low red mode is absolutely amazing. So I found myself, and then of course you have the main LED, and I even need the main LED in my job because I work with dementia patients, and sometimes they run away. I have to look for them on the parking lot, surrounding areas. So I really also, I need low outputs, I need high outputs, I need diffused light in my job, and I need more focused light. And this light covers all of that. This is pretty amazing. So the way it goes, for example, I have it on my belt, you know, and you have that, you just go, now you have a very diffuse light. Now you need to do a little bit something, okay? You need some more light, you switch over to that. So now you see what you're actually doing, arranging something on the table, getting something prepared or so, and then you switch back and then you're just in that inconspicuous red mode. Again, I could choose any other color. For example, now I push like this, and now I have a green color on ready mode. Okay, and then if I continue to switch, of course, I have the regular flashlight mode. My word, this UI is a game changer. And I'm the guy who likes my tactical tail switches. But this, at least in the context of my job, in a context that is not really tactical in any way, shape, or form, this is a great user interface. And it's beautifully made. I mean, it feels good. It's really top-notch build quality. You see here the anodization. It fell a couple of times, the light already, you know, like drop 1.5 meters on the hard floor. Thanks to the shape, no problem. This is massive aluminum. Here is stainless steel inlay ring. Oh, that is really robust. Let me just turn that. Yeah, that's just really robust stuff. It's very recessed. So the build quality on on the IF24 is just as high as on the IF23 or even a little bit higher. Now, when it comes to which of those three lights should you get? The biggest difference, of course, is the Sofirn to the Wurkkos HD01, which also comes from a Sofirn factory. The Wurkkos HD01 has a laser. If you need a laser, go for it. The other aspect is you have those funny color modes, yeah, that you see in my footage that I took in my gym at work. Those super funny color modes. If you like me, a sucker for color modes, then the IF23 or the HD01 are the lights for you. The Sofirn IF24 supports the most color play modes of all of those lights. For example, let's go here into the color mode real fast. So the static color, double click, and then you go into a beacon mode, double click. Now you have the very important police mode. And now you have something like that. This is a color fade, neon fade mode. Click again, you have this beautiful rainbow color changing mode. Click again and you have the droplet mode. So it supports that neon fade, which the HD01 doesn't even support. Otherwise, the HD01 just supports the very same modes. We go here to triple click, the strobe. On which of those lights are the color modes better? it's hard to say. The HD01, to me, thanks to the diffuser and thanks to the longer LED band, seems to offer a little bit better disco modes in a way, but the ones on the IF24 are great too. The Sofirn IF23 is the most serious of those three lights. It really just offers a solid color light or color beacon mode. So it is not really the most disco of flashlights. And I like my flashlights disco. Yeah, the IF24 is definitely, just like the HD01, a disco flashlight. The IF24, except of the laser, offers better general functionality. It's just, I mean, the HD01 is actually really bright. Don't get me wrong. It delivers, it's 1200 lumens. It can also power two LEDs, two function at the same time. But this one, 2000 lumens, is just brighter. And yeah, with the 3000 milliamps 18650 battery, it just offers a little bit more runtime, or quite some more runtime. Plus, it doesn't have a lithium polymer cell like this one. I mean, you could theoretically, you can go inside. I had to fix this from a battery rattle. You can go inside. You could exchange the lithium polymer cell, but that's a hassle. Here you just have your 18650 cell in there, your standard cell, unprotected. The light offers all the electronic protections and thermal management, so no need for extra protection circuits on the 18650 cell. But anyways, this one is just more serviceable for the future. You can run it for many years without any hassle. Just replace the cell maybe once or twice. Something that I like. For me, this light covers basically all the bases except tactical. Of course, self-defense, this one doesn't do well. Hope to never need it. Now what you have is an annoying strobe on the side, but you also have a beautiful beacon mode. And that beacon mode, you put it on the back of your MOLLE backpack, and then you have an awesome beacon that will protect you from getting hit by cars when you ride your bicycle. This is also similarly possible with this one. Just double click, and then you have a strobe with another double click, and yeah, you have at least this is more a SOS mode on the IF23, but you also have a beacon mode. So you have two good beacon modes on these ones. Now this one, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, this one is, yeah, I'm sure it has a beacon mode. The user interface is not present in my mind right now. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, now we're just going through remote. 1, 2. No, I'm not even able to activate the beacon mode now. I know it has a color beacon mode. Yeah, now it has a color beacon mode, which is cool too. It's not a sprite, but it's pretty cool. But when you put this on your MOLLE backpack, then you have the COB LED. Oh, this is not a COB LED. This is actually SMD LEDs. It's not a COB LED panel on any of these flashlights. It's all small SMD flashlight, SMD LEDs. It's not LED spots integrated in a substrate like a genuine COB. So those are SMDs, but it doesn't matter. Behind the diffuser, it all looks very similar. Except here you can of course see the single LEDs. Now anyways, this one gives the light off to the sides when you use it as a flasher on a bicycle, which is not practical. These ones will just strobe off in the right angle when you put it on a MOLLE backpack. So this one is probably really awesome on the back of a backpack. When you ride a bicycle. This one, yeah, it's a little bit bulkier. You need to make sure maybe you secure it extra with the lanyard. But as for the function of these flashlights, what would you use them for? This one is the EDC fun flashlight with a laser. So basically a must-have. It's super light, super compact. I really like to take it out. If you need a more serious light source, you go with the Sofirn IF24, which is still EDCable, and it's just great to actually work with this light. again, the user interface is much more of a game changer than even I expected. If you need a flashlight for outdoors where sometimes you need really high brightness, the IF23 is still the best option out of that bunch. It offers you way higher run times. It's way more usable as a lantern because it has that frosted lens. It diffuses the light a little bit nicer, and it just has those extreme run times. So if you don't mind a little bit more bulk, and if you need long run times in an outdoor context, camping context, the IF23, if you can get it for a good price, it might be still the better option compared to the Sofirn IF24. But on an EDC level, everyday carry, just having the options, this one, I like this one better. It doesn't look so much smaller, but it really feels very different from the IF23. This feels like a brute, and this is like the slick flashlight. And this is the fun flashlight, definitely. All of those have overlapping functions. They're budget lights, but they're all built to a very good build quality. The HD01 has a little bit more of a prototype experimental feeling. It's not quite there in terms of build quality compared to the IF23, and in particular to the IF24, which looks and feels so premium with this rotary switch. Well, I hope I could help you with your decision, one of those lights to get. The IF24 is definitely excellent. The only thing that they might want to make better in future iterations is maybe a frosted lens here. That would be nice. Maybe some more color modes. Who knows what they come up with. Great light. And also it was sent into me as a free sample. But anyways, Sofirn never pressured me to just say good things about their lights. It's just for the price point and like 50 bucks or so. This is really a wonderful tool to illuminate stuff and just have fun as a disco light. This was Wear and Tear, over and out.